Hey guys, so I looked on the calendar and it has actually been now a month since the last update. And I'm sure you guys have all been wondering where I'm at, how we doing with the progress, so that's what this video is all about. I also discovered that we are now 11 weeks into my injury. It all started, well, I realized when I woke up on February 27th that I couldn't walk. So from that point on, that's where all this started. So as far as progress goes, if you remember from my last video, I told you I'm not using the canes. So again, I'm still not using the canes. One issue that I had that was starting to relieve was I had an issue in my inner thigh. The nerve that goes down the inner thigh was starting to hurt. I also had it on the front of my thigh and then on the hip. And there wasn't really anything in the back yet, the lower back. Now, currently, 11 weeks later, I no longer have that pain on the inner thigh. I don't seem to have that pain at all on the front of the thigh. It's more along the side of the hip here and a little bit in the lower back. The lower back seems to come if I sit down for a while, let's say over 20 minutes. Let's say if I tried 30 minutes, it starts to hurt. And if I go for a walk outside. Yes, I am now getting to do walks outside. I've been told that walking outside is really good for herniated disc, and do not lay down, do not just stay and do nothing. Worst thing you could do is not do anything. You want to get up and try and walk as much as you can. Of course, stop once you feel the pain. So I was doing an hour walk pretty much every time, usually at night. And then I was trying 2 hours, but by the time I came back, 2 hours of walking back and forth multiple times on the street, my lower back was just absolutely in agony. From that point on, I had to go get an ice pack, lay down on the bed for 10-15 minutes, and then jump over to a heat pad, and then from that on I can go on. So kind of where I am as far as walking goes. I've basically stopped and have gone to 1 hour, which seems to be the better choice right now. I get my walks. I could do an hour walking maybe twice a day in the middle of doing all my other exercises, which is a little bit, has been increased a bit. So as far as the exercise go, the core strengthening, I'm still doing the nerve flossing, which is simply doing exercises and stretches to stretch out the nerves. And I've now got a yoga ball. I don't remember if I mentioned that in the last video. I've got a yoga ball that I'm doing stretches and exercise with. And also we've gotten into a 10-pound weight to try and build up my core. The whole point is while the herniated discs, which remember I have 3, are healing, it's all about strengthening your abs, your core, and your back. That way, because once you get a herniated disc, and like I said, I have 3, there's a high chance of getting a herniated disc again. So right now it's all about building up my core, making it strong, so when I heal, that it's strong enough that I can, hopefully not have to deal with this again. So as far as progress goes for like standing, sitting, and walking, so I can stand for probably about 10 minutes before my lower back and my side of my hip starts to ache. And as far as sitting down, right now it's about 20 minutes. I don't even sit down. I don't go on the computer. I don't watch TV. Basically, it's just I'm laying in bed sideways, getting a heat and cold pad and doing the exercises. And I do that throughout the whole day. And it's boring. And then again, as far as walking goes, that's pretty much about, I'd say, an hour max. And then when I come back inside or I stop walking, see, when I'm walking and I stop is when my lower back starts to hurt. So it's like I constantly have to move, but then you can't move too much. You can't go over an hour because then my back starts hurting. So, it's starting to go from the inner thigh to the front of my thigh to now the side of my hip and the lower back. So it's going up there. Remember, last video says progress is when it starts coming up back to the top where it originated, which is your herniated disc. So it's healing. I have also reduced on my medication. I was taking Tylenol arthritis 8 hours. And so you take 2 pills at night, 2 pills when you get up in the morning, 2 pills in the afternoon, and 2 pills basically in the evening, every 8 hours. But because I don't have that excruciating pain anymore in my lower back or like my thigh or anything like that, it's just, there's pain, but it's not excruciating like it was before. I figured, why don't I try 1 pill at night? I'm sleeping. What's the point, right? So now I'm getting away with just taking 1 pill at night, but I still do the 2 pills in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Because those Tylenol 8-hour arthritis are not actually all that great for your liver. Anything over 6 pills, which is the max that I was taking, is not very good. I have tried in the daytime to reduce by 1, but it's not really helping. I do need them still. Now, one of the great things about this new physiotherapist that I go to is that they have laser therapy. And so they have a laser wand that helps the healing process. And one of the other things that's really cool about this place is they have this Normatic compression boots. And the way I can describe it, it's almost like when you go and get your blood pressure done, you get that sleeve, it tightens up your arm. And this is very similar, and what it does is it's almost like, it looks like scuba gear actually. You put your legs inside there, and it has certain parts that are sectioned off. So what it does is it takes basically your blood from the bottom and it pushes it, squeezes it in certain sections and regions, basically pushes the blood, the oxygen, the lactic acid out of your muscles, and helps you heal better and heal faster. Now, as far as the chiropractor goes and the physiotherapist, chiropractor has done an amazing job. She has done an amazing job on me. Because we really couldn't do anything with the hip or the lower back, she concentrated more on the upper back to get my posture right. Again, it's all about the core. It's all about your posture for when you get better and the healing process. And I never realized how much I actually hunch over. And she has been able to get me to actually stand up straight, straighter than I have ever been able to do. And in doing that, my core will be a lot more stronger so that the herniated disc will have a lesser chance of herniating again. Now, physiotherapist, I'm still doing. I get $1,000 on physiotherapy and $300 on chiropractor. That's paid from my medical. Fortunately, I've used all but one of my chiropractor amount. So because she can't really do the hip just yet, because there's still a little bit of pain here, I figure that I'm going to wait till there's a little bit more progress, and then I'll do the one last one with her. As far as physiotherapist, I've now doing once every 2 weeks. Simply because I have, I think, 6 more left that's paid. So I'd like to span that out because I do not think, even though it is 11 weeks, and if you read about it, it does say 12 weeks to heal, I don't think that next week I'm going to be healed. No, that's not going to happen. I think in my best interest to actually have it so I have it spread out. So as I'm healing, that I have someone, that there's somebody supporting me through physiotherapy. Now, I want to give you guys a quick tip. Now, let's say, for example, you have a bad leg. Maybe you have a bad ankle, or you have one of your legs is hurting. It's a bad leg, or maybe a bad hip or something. Now, if you think about it, you're going to go down a step and you go up a step. Do you go down on your good leg, or you go down on your bad leg? And vice versa. Do you go up on your good leg, or do you go up on your bad leg? Because if you're having a lot of pain, you do the wrong leg and you can actually fall to the floor. I found that out the hard way. So my mom ended up having a stroke in 2013, and what she was told was 2 different sayings. First saying is up with the good, down with the bad, or good to heaven and bad to hell. So when you go down off a step, you use your bad leg and then your good leg. And when you go up a step, you use your good leg and you pull up your bad leg. And you wonder, like, why would you want to go down on your bad leg? Wouldn't you go down on your good leg? What you have to think about is when you're up on top of a stair, when you're going to go down, you're removing the weight from one particular leg, which you want to take that off your bad leg. All the weight, when you take it off, is now hunched over on one particular leg, which you want to be your good leg, because your good leg is what's going to hold your weight and your balance. So you get off of the step very slowly with your bad leg, you plant your bad leg, and then you remove your good leg. When you're going up a step, the same thing. If you went up on your bad leg, you would be putting all your weight on your bad leg to pull yourself up and then pull your good leg up. It's vice versa. You want your bad leg down, and you want your good leg up. You want your strongest leg to hold your weight. So just remember, up with the good, down with the bad. Good to heaven and bad to hell. But I do have to say that it is really, really depressing having to be at home. You know, if you're here in the Greater Vancouver area, we have been having some really, really nice weather. The kids are outside, the cars are going back and forth, people washing their car. I see little kids playing with squirt guns in front of the house. I got people telling me, are you coming to the next car show? When's your car coming out? When are you doing this? I see videos of car shows and car clubs and meets and greets, and yeah. And all I'm doing is spending like 6 hours inside the house doing core training and strengthening and weightlifting and walking and laying down in the bed, and it's depressing. So I'm really not having fun. Like I said, I don't watch TV. I don't go on the computer. It's boring. So I really, really want this to heal, and I want it to heal fast because I want to get back to my life. And I want to be able to finally get these videos going for you, just like I promised before all this happened. So with that said, thanks a lot again for continuing to keep up with me and being patient. I will get better. I don't know when, but I will give you updates as I go along. And again, thanks for all the warm wishes and thanks for everything. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.